Kiana's Flex Appeal was recorded on location at the beautiful Westin, Maui on Kaanapali Beach.
Cardiovascular exercise is important to strengthen the heart, to reduce excess body fat, and increase energy. Remember, new research has demonstrated that aerobic training does not have to be continuous. The benefits are cumulative. You simply want to get a total of 30 minutes or more of moderate or high-intensity training each day. A fun and time-saving way to train is called circuit training, which alternates between 3 to 5 minutes of strength training and 3 to 5 minutes of cardio. Our first exercise in today's circuit training workout is the lunge. Now, this is a fantastic exercise for any tennis players where forward acceleration and power is required.
The big difference with these two exercises, Kiana, is a split squat and a lunge. A lot of people characterize them as the same exercise, but with the split squat, you're staying stationary.
Exactly. It's just like a squat, but your legs are split apart.
With this one here, doing a lunge, you're working your stabilizer muscles as well. Sport specificity training relates to this exercise, whereas the lunge or the split squat is just for everyday benefit.
Looking good. Now, the whole concept behind today's circuit training workout is to alternate between strength training and cardiovascular exercise. So at the 30-second time bell, ding, we're gonna move on. Our next movement is right over here. Now, Darren, how'd you like that Life Fitness cross trainer?
Oh, great. I love the cross trainer. You're getting a great aerobic exercise, as well as some upper body work. It's fun.
Okay, the flat bench press is fantastic for strengthening the entire upper body. He's bringing the handles down slowly. Again, with the machines, you get the benefit of working in the track of the machine, so it's excellent for beginners. It's easier to go a little heavier, and it's much easier to isolate the pectoral muscles. Good. Flat bench press is excellent for the entire chest area. Perfect, Darren. Okay, let's move on now to our next movement. K's up. Bent over rows are fantastic for developing the muscles in the back and improving the posture. She has a slight bend in the knee, back is nice and flat. Rowing that weight up to the sternum.
Really squeezing those shoulder blades together.
That's a good point. You want to make sure and retract the scapula as you initiate the motion to really isolate the back muscles. Remember, flexipelers, the increase in body fat associated with aging can be reversed through resistance training. Resistance training increases the lean body mass, which in turn elevates resting metabolic rate. Basically, you burn more calories even at rest. That sounds like a good enough reason for me to strength train. I don't know about you guys. You can eat more, right? Okay, let's change to our last station here. We've got side raises. Now, Brad has tremendous development in the delts.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is a fantastic exercise for adding width to the shoulders. Good.
It's been said that you carry a lot of stress in your shoulder girdle area. Maybe that's why I do so much lateral raises. I want to get all that bad stress out of me. But it's good, on the flip side, not to overtrain those shoulders because they're connected to everything in the upper body, and you do use them a lot. So make a conscious effort to get to know your body, and when you feel like you're overtraining, rest.
That's a good point. Some symptoms for overtraining could be fatigue, depression, constant soreness. So make sure you give your muscles adequate time to recover in between training. So remember, flexipelers, the concept behind circuit training is to keep exercising throughout the 30 minutes. Whether it's a strength training exercise or cardiovascular exercise, keep moving and keep pumping. You can also throw in different exercises such as the overhead extension or the tricep muscle. Good job, you guys. My treat, we're gonna have a smoothie after this, pineapple smoothies. If you have a sprain or muscle pull, or want to add more variety to your existing workout program, or if you just want to have more fun, the answer is as close as your nearest pool. Water is an automatic variable resistance machine for any body part. The water will cool and support your body while providing resistance to any movement, and it's easy on the joints. And hey, you guys out there, if you think this is just for women and seniors, let me tell you something. If you join us in a water workout, you'll work as hard as you ever have in the gym. Let's get wet. Today's Flex Appeal Aquaflex workout is all about abs. We're starting off with a straight leg deep kick, supporting our upper body along the ledge of the pool, keeping the leg straight, kicking down, alternating the right leg and the left leg. Remember to keep the body in a stable position, tightening and contracting those abdominal muscles, kicking down, using the muscles in the glutes and the lower body. Push, push. It's a great way to work out, tighten and tone the body, and keep cool at the same time. A variation of this is to put both legs together, keeping the knees straight, legs straight, and push down, both legs together and up. Remember to go through a short range of motion without arching the back. Push down and up. Okay, everyone, it's time to ride our bicycles. Let's ride the bike, the Aquaflex bike. Again, keeping the abdominal muscles tight. Notice the upper body is not moving, just the lower body. I'm going to show you some fantastic exercises you can do right in the pool for your abs so you can get that flat washboard tummy. Whew. Hard to do this without splashing. Great. Okay, now let's move on to the pendulum swing. Feet together to the side. Now swing them out to the right. There you go. Complete range of motion and bring them back to the left. This is excellent for the stabilization muscles, for working the obliques and the abs. And push. The resistance of the water feels so good. Gives you a nice, even, fluid resistance throughout the entire range of motion. And push it back. And what I like to do to make it a little more challenging is concentrate on trying to push as hard as I can and swing them faster each time. This way you get the resistance as you're pushing to the right and as you're stopping to switch directions to the left. Okay, let's move on now to scissors. Let's start with our feet together. Ladies, let's put them out, feet together, alternating. Great. See, it's a little Flex Appeal water ballet for you viewers at home. And together. This is fantastic. You're getting not only an abdominal workout, but also it's a great adduction and abduction movement for the legs. Working the hip flexors and the inner and outer thighs. Good. And squeeze. Keep those abs tight. Remember to breathe and smile. Okay, our last set of exercise is with the noodles. This is a lot of fun. What you want to do, support the upper body with the flotation devices. Keep the feet together, bring the knees up to the chest and out. It's similar to the knee raise, the chair that you see in the gym when you're doing knee raises or straight-legged raises. You're just bringing the knees up and out, up and out. So relaxing. And for variation, you can work the obliques. Let's turn our knees to the side and do 10 on the left, 2, pointing the knees toward the left, working the right side of the midsection and up, 2, 3. So as you can see, Flex Appealers, it's easy to get an entire abdominal workout in right in the pool. Training is a great way to provide your body and mind with an off-season change of pace. If you're not training for a particular sport, you can use cross-training as a method to add more fun to your workout program. In addition to my cross-training tips, check out my Aquaflex and Kiana metric segments too. Lower body power with the ability to quickly change directions will help an inline skater. Today's plyometrics features some exercise designed to help you.
The push-off phase of inline skating requires tremendous lower body power. Essential to power is muscle speed, which can't be developed through strength training alone. To increase muscle speed, you will need to incorporate plyometric drills into your program. The zigzag drill and lateral cone hops are both designed to develop change of direction power. There are many anticipated changes of direction in inline skating that require fast muscle reaction, especially if you skate on a crowded boardwalk or park. Overall lower body power can be increased by double leg hops and the very tough box drills. The box drill can be done in 30, 60, or 90-second increments. If it's your first time, you probably won't be able to maintain form for 10 sets at more than 30 seconds. It's that tough. You might have to add some extra squats and leg presses to strengthen your quads properly. Have fun, and don't forget to wear protective gear when you're skating.
You would continue to work on the lower body in the weight room, but the routine should also include work for your abs and your back.
The split squat is an excellent exercise for developing the overall lower body strength required in inline skating. As a part of your training to train for cross-training, the split squat can prepare you for the box and zigzag drills. Leg extensions will provide isolated strength training for the quads. In a complete program, you would balance these with hamstring curls and squats, or split squats with deadlifts. The abs, as we all know by now, are essential upper body stabilizers. But don't forget about your obliques, because they account for 2/3 of the stabilizing. The stiff arm lat pushdown is really 3 back exercises in one, since you can change the muscle fibers worked by alternating the tilt of your upper body.
Did you know that the patellar ligament that attaches from the bottom end of the kneecap to the top end of the tibia frequently becomes tender and inflamed from overstress? Sudden eccentric stretches and violent knee extensions that jumping includes may cause micro tears that inflame the ligament, creating a condition called jumper's knee. Now initially, pain is noticed on the bottom part of the kneecap. As jumper's knee progresses, pain occurs while going up and down stairs. With severe jumper's knee, pain comes from simply flexing or extending the knee. Eventually, the pain can become too severe for any activity at all. Chronic tendinitis may lead to permanent destruction of this ligament. This is important. Initial treatment includes RICE, rest, ice, compression, and elevation, and non-steroidal anti-inflammation medication. Secondary treatment includes heat therapy, electrical stimulation, and ultrasound. A resistance training program should be used to strengthen the tissues once the pain has gone away. Both the quadriceps and hamstrings should be strengthened as well. Aquatic therapy is very useful in the early stages in order to exercise under reduced stressful conditions. So be sure and check out my cool Aquaflex segments for some great water exercises. Hey Flexipeelers, if you've ever wanted to know how to tighten and tone your thighs and firm your glutes, you've tuned in at the right time. Today we'll be starting off with the leg press, leg extension, and leg curls, and finishing off with some exercises for the calves. Hey Flexipeelers, it's Girls' Day in the gym today. Okay, starting off right here for our lower body workout on the leg press. Now this is a great alternative to squats. Because of the bench, you're supporting the back and you're still isolating the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads.
Really pushing that back into the back of the pad here, and I'm stabilizing my motion.
Good. Whenever you're doing the leg press, you want to go out nice and slowly and let the weights come in slowly. You don't want to let it swing back. You want to use your muscles to get the negative. Good.
Also, make sure you don't lock your knees on the way out because you can cause injury that way.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on now. Right over here to the leg extension machine. Now we're using, out here in our Pro Gym set, we've got our hammer strength, which is fantastic. It's very smooth. I love it.
It's great.
Really isolate. Now this machine, I can do both legs together, or I can do each leg individually. This is fantastic for developing the quadricep muscles and getting that nice separation that looks so fantastic.
A lot of women feel that this is going to build their legs, but in actuality, it slims the legs and slenderizes the legs. So this is a great exercise.
If there are any athletes out there, this is great for strengthening, adding muscularity, and also gives you lots of leg power, which I like. Okay,
Yes.
let's move on now to the leg bicep, which is the muscle behind the leg, or the hamstring muscle.
The trick to this one is you want to control it. You want to get that full range of motion and squeeze it at the back of the pull, right there.
And one thing that's very convenient right here, she needs a spot, I can help her out right here. Handle. So what you want to do when you train your legs, men and women, you always want to make sure and pick a variety of different exercises for the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads. Good. Okay, let's move on, shall we?
Yes, let's do.
We want to show you everything. This is so much fun. Now the stiff-legged deadlift is another fantastic exercise for the hamstring. Keep the knees bent just slightly, but keep them locked.
Really squeeze the glutes at the top.
Now K is extremely flexible. If your range of motion is shorter, that's fine. You just want to make sure and focus on feeling the hamstring muscles. Let them do the work. As you initiate the motion, you stick your bottom out slightly so you can isolate the hams. Good, Kay. And don't forget, flexipelers, weight training does not affect the number of fast twitch muscle fibers you have in your muscles, as that's determined by your genetic makeup. However, weight training can increase the size and strength of the muscles you do have. Okay, right over here, this is fantastic for the calves. It's important to have strong calves. They're great for stabilization, support you in sports, and also for things, everyday activities. And also, women out there, if you're wearing heels, want to make sure and have nice developed calf muscles. And what I'm doing here is getting the complete range of motion, holding a dumbbell in my hand, using K for support, all the way down and extending up on my heel, on my toes.
She's got the weight for added weight here, and you can also do it without, depending on what you want to do.
A good alternative to the standing raises are the seated raises right over here. So great. Now when you're training calves, it's important to do some standing, some seated. In addition, I'll do donkey raises, and I'll also do an isometric pump, which helps to really get the blood in there and pump up the muscles. Now again, it's important whenever you're training your calves to get the complete range of motion. Heels all the way down and really up, high there. There you go, Kay, as high as you can. You have nice calves.
Thank you. It's all those years of dancing, I think. And this is very important too. It works the lower calf and the Achilles heel. And my parents are big walkers. When I go home and walk with them, I find that my Achilles heel gets really sore. So this is a great one to strengthen it.
It's a good point. In addition to training in the gym and strengthening the lower body, think about things you do during the day. Take the stairs instead of the escalator. When you carry your groceries, use proper posture. Really feel the muscles in the glutes contract. It's not, you only, just because you're in the gym doesn't mean that's the only time you think about your muscles. Okay, let's show them the last couple right over here. Now this is an isometric pump. This is what I do in between my calf strength training exercises. I forget the weight, no weight, up and down, complete range of motion, just feeling the muscles contract and release. Really contracting my calf muscles as hard as I can.
Probably squeezing those glutes at the same time.
I am, and using the abs so I don't lose my balance. So I would alternate between the isometric pump and the seated calf raise and the dumbbell standing raises. Okay, right over here. Let's show you a nice easy stretch that you can do for the calves. I'm doing mine with the legs straight.
I'm doing mine with the leg bent, but you still want to push that heel into the floor, but just relax the knee.
Remember, with all stretching, you want to use a nice, fluid, slow, controlled motion without bouncing. And then we'll switch legs. Leaning forward slightly, pushing the hips forward to stretch out the calf muscle. And then why don't we also show our viewers the quad stretch, okay? If you keep the knee in proper alignment, you can use the same arm, or we recommend to use the opposite arm, which helps to avoid hyperextending the knee. Well, there you have it, Flexipelers. Some great exercises you can do to tighten and tone your glutes, hamstrings, and thighs. Right. Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? Fact or fiction? High fiber in a diet can help in a weight loss program. Fact, recent studies have shown that a high fiber diet can enhance the loss of fat weight. It can also reduce the risk of several diseases such as cancer and heart disease. Thanks for joining us today on Kiana's Flex Appeal, but before you go, take a look at what's coming up next week. Want to see?
In Home Gym, I'll show you a workout that you can do for your lower body using a little creativity. And all you skiers out there, you won't want to miss our Kiana Metrics segment as we work to strengthen our quads and our hamstrings. In cross training, we'll show you exercises to improve your soccer pass. And if you want a fun, effective total body circuit workout, check out our Pro Gym segment.